Hello, this is Lawrence Little, better known as the Expat Stylist. Listen, I wanted to shoot this video first of all for a little bit of education for those who want to use detachable clippers as part of their clipper arsenal, if you will. This particular guide by the ClipperGuy is extremely valuable, helps you to know what blades to use and when, and it also equates or shows you the equivalent of what you would do with an adjustable clipper. So if you're used to using adjustable clippers, it shows you here the particular sizes and guards that you would normally use, and again how to match it up with the particular blade that you could again put on your detachable clipper. But I'm not only doing this to show you this guy, because again I'll put the link to this. This is by the ClipperGuy, and he's got some other again pieces to really help you to fine-tune your knowledge as far as detachable clippers and the blades that you can use and so forth. But I want to use this as a product warning as well. Recently I was looking at a video by AD the barber, who came up with a great process for doing a fade. To me it's almost foolproof the way again he stepped through the process, and it's kind of why I have some of these numbers here. Anyway, as I did that, I noticed also when I would follow his process, when I would go from the 5-0 to the 3 and again to the OA to get out the 3 line, to again jump to the 1 to get out the OA line, I was having a hard time getting out that line, and I was wondering why the line would not come in. I kept looking at his videos. I was using the same blades, and I was saying, why is it that my cuts were not coming out the same way? Why was I having a problem in a transition from the OA and using the 1 to get out the OA line and so forth? Well, I found out that I was using the wrong type of blade. And this is my product warning. I hope that you could see this here. This is a blade by a company called Forex. And I really hope that this focus is in good. Because this is their #1 blade. Now the #1 here, again, stands for the #1 made by Oster and Andis. And it basically cuts in the length of 2.4 millimeters or 3/32. The #1 that I have here in my hand cuts again an equivalent of a 1A blade, which is 3.0 millimeters or 1/8. So as you can see, that's a big jump from the OA to the 1A, which is why I could not fade out that OA line with my 1, being that it was actually the same as a 1A blade. So what I did is I went ahead and bought another Oster manufactured 1A, I should say #1 blade, which cuts exactly like it should at a 2.4 millimeter or a 3/32 length. Now you say, well, why is this important? Well, if you're going out there and you're getting blades, whether it's again Oster or Andis, make sure that you check the size. That's why having this guide is important, #1. And #2, never buy a Forex blade. There's supposed to be a knockoff of the Oster blades, and I learned the hard way that you definitely don't want to buy it. So no matter what size or how cheap it may look to you, get either an Oster or get an Andis detachable blade. There is a new line of blades made by Wall called the Competition Series. It was used primarily before in pet grooming, but now some barbers are starting to use it because it's specifically made to catch more hair and really cut quicker and smoother as well, as the name suggests, being that it gives you a champion type cut. But again, you have to know the equivalent. You want to match up the size here to the Wall blade, because the Wall blades are different. These here are primarily showing you what an Andis or an Oster blade will be. You want to make sure that if you do get the Wall Champion Series blades, actually I have one here, that it does match up. This again is considered a 4F, and the 4, as you can see, F series is usually like a 9.5 millimeter cut, but this one here made by Wall is an 8 millimeter. So as you can see, there's a different size. It's almost equivalent to the 2 3/4. But the way it cuts is phenomenal. So again, you have your choices. Do not buy anything made by the company Forex when it comes down to detachable blades.